So remote work, this is going to solve my problem. So I paid that night, and I paid the deposit for someone else too. So that's
Good evening, everybody. Can we hear me? Okay, please, can I get like a reaction or like a thumbs up? Okay. All right. Before our instructor joins us on the call, my name is Shakirat, and I am head data coach here at Nibet Analytics, and I'm super excited to have each and every one of us on this particular call. Okay, so yeah, our instructor is on the call now, and I'll be leaving the stage to you.
All right. Well done. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. I can see Samuel Johnson, Isaac John, Shukra Ayobami, Blessing Hannah, Sarah, and a whole lot of other persons on the call. So if you can hear me clearly, kindly just give me a reaction, maybe a thumbs up. Okay, we have Grace with that thumbs up already. Okay, Annie, thank you very much for that. Okay. I need more reactions, please, to be sure that we can hear me. Okay, Samuel Johnson, thank you very much for that. I think that was Isaiah or something. Let me quickly check to confirm the name. Please, I need more reactions if you're with me. If you can hear me clearly, I need more reactions just to be sure that we are good to go for today's session. Okay. Now, while we're waiting for other people to join, okay, you are the first person or the first set of people to join, and I'm going to be starting off the session, with quick introduction about myself. First of all, so you get to meet me, you get to know who I am, you get to know what I am, what I do, right? And then we get to talk about Nebiant analytics, and then we move to what we have for you today. It's an amazing evening, and I'm privileged to be here. I'm super excited to have you join me in this session this evening. Trust me, I can't wait, to share everything that I have ready, for each and every one of us. My name is Odafe Samuel. I'm sure you should be able to see from what I have in my virtual background. I am the team lead for the data science program here at Nebiant Analytics. Did I start out being a data scientist? No, no, not at all. Absolutely not. Okay, as a matter of fact, I started from a non-tech background. Okay, so that means that if you're on this call and what you're doing currently has nothing related to tech, well, I'm happy to announce to you that you are in the right place. Why is that so? Because you're going to be living here with tools that helps you, to position yourself as a professional, all right, in the tech space. We're also going to help you create clear-cut strategies and plans to ensure that you kickstart your tech career as soon as possible. All right. So, like I was saying, I started from a non-tech background. As a matter of fact, I was a teacher in a secondary school. very smart guy, studied computer science as a matter of fact, but I did not use it for anything. I remember that as at 2018, thereabout, I had my own startup where, we teach coding, but I was not doing tech. I was basically just teaching coding, moving from one place to the other. At some point, we were teaching YX students, A levels, IGCSE, and the likes. But then there was sort of like a challenge for me. First of all, is the fact that you need to move from one person's house to the other to engage their children and teach them. Of course, we had other teachers that we deployed to different places, but as well as you can't just deploy teachers and you are not also on the field doing the work. So I was basically also going from place to place. And I sat down one day thinking to myself, you studied computer science and this is what you're doing. Could this be the best that you can come up with after spending years studying computer science? Right. So it was at that point of personal reflection that I came up with the idea to dive into tech. Now, I did not start tech, you know, with the data, as it were, data analytics or data science. I started tech with another course entirely. And while doing that, it didn't really sit well with me. Of course, I'm just going to put it out there. I started as a web designer and I'm still very good at it. Okay, I'm still very good at it. However, there was just something about it that was not resonating well with me. The most that you do is collect one gig from one client to the other. If you get employed in an organization, you design their website, and that's majorly your essence. I needed something more. I was good in mathematics. As a matter of fact, before I studied computer science, I had wanted to study mathematics in itself, right? That was my drive. However, I could not study mathematics, so I studied computer science instead. And then I started thinking, what can I do? All right. Which other tech related field can I delve into that will suit me and my personality? That was when I came across data analytics. And now, one of the challenges we're trying to avoid with you, which is one of the reasons why we have this session, is to make sure that, unlike me, I did web design for like a couple of years before I decided to switch again. So remember, I started with something else, non-technical background, as an educator, a startup founder, as an educator as well. Then I moved to tech. I started with another entirely different field, web design, software design, and the likes. And it was still not good. It was still not what I wanted before I moved to data analytics and data science. Now, the question will be, why did you move from web design to, data? It's very simple, because when I discovered that when I analyze problems, okay, and I am done with my analysis, when I'm sharing my recommendations and my insights, I do it with key stakeholders in organizations. Okay, it's much more better than I design the website and they go through, oh, make this change here, make that change there, and then you go and make the changes, and that's like your entire essence in the organization. I wanted something that gives me a sense of value to any organization that I work for. That was the reason why I moved to data analytics. And having been able to gain my ground in data analytics, I've always loved the complex things. So data analytics was like a step for me to move into data science, which is like another step further from being a data analyst. Why? Because someone that wanted to study mathematics, just know that what I have in mind is not just to do something little and leave. I wanted complex problems. Okay, I want problems always. If you have seen that meme or that skit out there, I don't want peace, I want problem always. That was my drive, okay, that brought me to data science. Why have I said this? I've said this because on this call today, I'm sure we have people from different walk of life. We have people from different background. However, my drive, my goal, and what makes these sessions a success for me is the fact that I'm able to help you transition from where you are to where you want to be. So if you have followed me up until this point, kindly give me a reaction, a thumbs up, a flower, a clap of hand or something, just so that I'm sure that everyone is following me. Okay, thank you very much, Samuel. Okay, Isaiah, thank you. Annie, thank you. Miracle, I believe you want to give a reaction instead. Okay, Grace, we're waiting. Okay, fantastic. Grace just did as soon as I mentioned her name. Great. So let me just go straight to sharing my screen, and I will, share with you what I have for today. And then at the end of that, we will now see how best we can make most of the opportunities that we have in transitioning to tech. Now, what I have for you today is called Populate Your Portfolio with AI. The first question I'm expecting is, what is a portfolio? Okay, what is a portfolio? By the way, I did mention that I've, in my space of time working as a data analyst, of course, and also a data scientist, I'm working currently with Navient Analytics. I've had the opportunity to work with Bice-Dove Nivier. I've had the opportunity to jump on multiple projects, including service fulfillment analyst role at MTN Nigeria. And of course, it's my drive to it's my drive to educate people. It's basically my drive to mentor. So if you remember in the beginning, I mentioned that I started as an educator. So that part of me has not left, even though I'm now doing core, tech jobs and the likes. Okay. Now, what is a portfolio? Maybe I should just move straight to what we have for today so we don't waste too much time. Okay, I said, what is a portfolio and why do you need one? What is a portfolio and why in the world do you need one? Look at what I have here. I said a project portfolio is more than just a resume. It's a curated collection of your work that demonstrates your skills and ability. Emphasis on the word curated collection, which means you personally, you sat down, you looked at the best of projects that you have done, and you put them together in a document. In order for it to tell people about you, it demonstrates your skills and your ability. Now, let's look at it. I mean, I have an illustration there. It says, think of it as a visual story of your professional journey, highlighting the problems. Remember my beginning statement, I want problems always. Highlighting the problems you've solved and the value you've created. I'm quickly going to ask a few questions and I'll be happy if you can just type in the comment section, okay? Type in the comment section so that I can get your responses. A very simple question. When you hear the word Coca-Cola, what comes to mind? When you hear the word Coca-Cola, what comes to mind? Just quickly go to the comment section and type. Type quickly. When you hear the word Coca-Cola, what comes to mind? Guys, quickly, we're waiting. Yes, when you hear the word Coca-Cola, what comes to mind? What do you think of? Freezy drink. Thank you very much, Grace. One or two more persons. One or two more persons, and then we'll move to the next part. Coca-Cola. What comes to mind when you hear the word Coca-Cola? Grace already says freezy drink. Yes, who's helping us? Who's helping us with responses here? We need more response. We need more response so that we can proceed. Are we finding it hard to use the comments? Okay, Blessing Hannah says soft drink. Soft drink. At the end of the day, you'd agree with me that both comments has something in common, which is a drink, which means by default, when you hear the word Coca-Cola, what comes to your mind is a drink. Now, the question I'm going to ask you today, which I want you to think about before you leave this session, is that when people hear the name, for example, Samuel Johnson, Blessing Hannah, Grace, when they hear that name, what should come to mind? What do you want them to associate with you? When you hear the word Nabient Analytics, one thing comes to mind: premium tech education. That's what comes to mind when you hear the word Nabient Analytics, premium tech education. Another thing that should come to mind when you hear the word Nabient is raising the top 1% talent in Africa. It's possible for Nabient to exist in Europe, in Asia, in North America, and the likes, but we have chosen Africa basically for a specific reason. And if you check through Nabient Analytics Instagram feed, LinkedIn feed, you would see what is our track record, things that we've been able to achieve over a period of time. Now, as an individual who is looking at getting into the tech field, one of the things that should be at the back of your mind at every time is positioning yourself as a value-oriented fellow, positioning yourself as a solution, also positioning yourself as a brand. Positioning yourself as what? As a brand. Very, very important. Now, one of the ways to do that is to create a visual story in the mind of people. Most of the big brands, most of the big organizations, in fact, most of the individuals that have done very well in their chosen field, one of the things they've done so well at is what? Creating visual stories. So that's why you see things like they keep bombarding you with content every time. The essence of that is so that you have a track record, something that you can trace as their journey. Now, as a tech professional, I'm not a content creator, which means I may not necessarily need to have videos on Instagram on a daily basis. However, there has to be something that I can present whenever I'm looking at a job opportunity face to face. What do I give to this employer that wants to employ my services to ensure that they see me as a solution to the problem they're trying to solve? Number one. Number two, what do I need to present to them to sell myself as a brand, and as a big name in that field? That is where your portfolio comes in. So it's not writing or creating a resume. It's what? A curated collection of your work, track record. So that is why if I create, for example, an Instagram post today for the first time, I'm probably going to have only myself like it. But if I have created at least 300 Instagram posts, I'm likely to have about 10,000 followers. Curated collection. Curated collection. So what we are trying to say is, how do I work on projects and visualize it in the mind of any organization or any individual looking to hire my services? Everybody, what you need is to create a portfolio. Okay? What you need is to create a portfolio. Before I move to every other thing that I have to say for today, I'll just quickly show you what my own portfolio, looks like. I'm going to show you what my portfolio looks like, and then we will move to the next part of my slide for today, and we'll proceed from there. when we talk about a visual story, something that people can see, something that compels them, all right, to want to reach out to you. Even before they check your CV, they've seen this and they are willing to reach out to you. Okay, so here I have about me where I've given an excellent description, okay, an explanation about myself, my skills, my background, my skill set and everything that I bring to the table. And then look at this here, skills and competencies, my core skills, my tech stack, what I can use as a data scientist. Okay, and this portfolio can always be updated because I'm not stopping here. I'm always going for more courses, learning and studying. So I'm still going to keep populating this thing till I get to the point where top brands, start seeking for my services even without applying for a job. Okay, so let's quickly walk through what my portfolio looks like. Okay, so see some of the projects. So if you remember, I talked about track record, all right, the things that you have done in the past. So here are some of the projects that I have in my portfolio, as you can see. So I'll be making reference to this in the course of the program. I'll be making reference to this and we'll be doing a quick practical on how to get something like this done, in your portfolio. We said the theme for today's class is how to populate your portfolio. Okay, so that's just basically what a portfolio looks like. So if you got that correctly, if you saw what I just displayed, kindly give me a thumbs up, then we move to the next part. Fantastic. Fantastic. Our response rate is either low or slow, either of the two. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. We have a lot to learn today. Now, why you need a portfolio? Why do I need a portfolio? Why do I have to go through what is probably going to be called stress to divide or to design rather everything that I have there? It's very simple. Number one is for what? Proof of skills. Of course, if you check mine again, you would see everything that I've done. This is over 10 projects. Okay. And what this shows is how versatile I am. Oh, Annie can't see my screen. Is there any other person who cannot see my screen, please? If you cannot see my screen, kindly let me know. Just so we're sure. Okay, so inquiries, that means you can see my screen, right? Okay, fantastic. So Annie, I think I would advise you to just leave the call and join back. It's most likely going to be a network glitch. All right, so you can leave the call and join back. So if it still continues, then I will do the same. All right. Now, so the first thing that we mentioned is that what a portfolio helps you to prove that you have the skills. Okay, a resume tells employers what you can do. That's what your CV would do. The job of your CV is to tell them what you can do. A portfolio shows them that you can actually do it or that you have done it. So a portfolio provides concrete evidence of your expertise. Resume is just a document. I was able to do this. I worked at this place from 2003 to 2005. I created 15 dashboards. We were able to open 99 branches in Lagos State. You've written it. Where is the proof that what you have written, you can actually do it or you've actually done it? So portfolio helps you to move beyond just telling your employers what you have done or what you can do. It proves, it gives a concrete evidence that you have actually done this thing. Okay. Number two is that it helps you to stand out. What have I got there? I said in a crowded job market, a compelling portfolio helps you to differentiate yourself from other candidates. I can tell you for free, there are no two job candidates that have done the same project as myself. It's not possible. And if they've done the same project, maybe with the same topic, our approach will definitely be different. So it's not possible that we do the same project and we approach the same problem the same way. It's never possible. So there's always going to be something unique. There's always going to be something different. It helps me to stand out. As a matter of fact, I can tell you for free that these are not the only projects that I have worked on. Almost on a monthly basis, there is always a project to work on. I do what I call filtering. Remove some, add some, remove some, add some, based on the level of value, the level of impact, the level of importance. So it's not possible that everybody will have the same portfolio. Hence, the need for you to stand out amongst the crowd. So, of course, you know that different organizations, in fact, if you check online, most likely you would see CV templates. So about 10 people can have the same template for CV because it's out there, it's on the internet. However, there is no way those 10 persons will have the same portfolio. So this is where they differentiate Mr. A from Mr. B, even if we came together to submit the same CV. So your portfolio helps you to stand out. Number 3, it gives a chance to explain your thought process. When you click on any of the jobs, it should take you to a place where you explain yourself. Oh, in this job, this was what I did. Let me just try and see if there's one. Okay, I think I can work with this easier and faster. It explains your thought process. So this is a link. Okay, so you notice that it was after I clicked this link here that it brought me to this site here where I've hosted my the story. So look at it. Shop24, a sales organization in the USA, is looking at closing her books for the year and have given me the task as a data scientist at Shop24. My task is to what? Fetch valuable details, you know, from the database, which includes customer, product, and sales data. I am to analyze them and create a dashboard. And then we took everything step by step. The project took different stages, some of which included data cleaning and preparation, data modeling, creating calculated columns, creating pivot tables and pivot charts, then dashboard creation. Okay, this is like the shortest I have on any project. This is another project that I've done. By the way, this one is not even in my portfolio. This is another project that I've done. It's not also in my portfolio. So when we click this as well, we should also have the same thing. Thought process. How do you walk through, you know, any challenge that you are working on, any project? How do you come about the solution, you know, that you're trying to bring up? A lot of things being said about it. 2 types of dashboard being built, the black variant and the yellow variant. I'm sorry, and the blue variant, depending on what the organization wants. Right? So at the end of the day, the goal of a portfolio is to tell your story, give you a chance to explain your thought process. What are you thinking about when a problem arises that you're trying to solve? The challenges you faced and how you overcome them. Trust me, it is a story that sells a brand the most. Stories do what sells a brand the most. Think about Picnic. I was determined never to give up. That's a story for after how many years that still stuck with me. All right, Papilo, I know say one day you go make us proud. That is a story they've told me how many years ago? Over 10, 15 years ago, and it's still stuck in my memory. Most of the things we do today, trust me, one of the reasons why you patronize a brand that you are patronizing currently today is because they've told you a story that resonates with you. They've told you, I mean, for football fans, you support a particular team because of a player or because of something they did. I started supporting Liverpool simply because of the 2005 Champions League final, coming down from 3-0 in the first half to 3-3 and winning the match. Later on, after following for a few days or few weeks, I now saw You Will Never Walk Alone. That alone stuck with me. Whether they play well or they don't play well, you never walk alone is a word or a phrase that I can never let go of. Stories, creating brand stories. So when you are also trying to sell yourself out to people, what you are looking out for is telling your story. I faced this challenge while working on this project. Oh, this was the thing that I had to do to overcome that challenge. This was the end product of that project. Ability to tell this story helps you to stand out in a crowded job market. Please, are you following me, guys? Are you following me? Are you following me? Are you following me? Fantastic, Sarah. Please give me a thumbs up just to be sure that you can hear me clearly and that you are following the session. Okay, Grace, thank you. Aureluwa, Isaiah, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Now, so what are we expected to look for in a portfolio? What are the things that we're expected to look out for when creating a portfolio? I said a great tech portfolio isn't just about showing code. Okay, it's not about just putting things out there. It's about showing your entire process. So in a bid to show your entire process, what are the things we're looking out for? Number one is quality over quantity. That's why it's not all your projects that should be in your portfolio. In fact, if you have extra bit of time, I would say have like 2 or 3 portfolios. Why? For someone like me, being a data scientist that can also operate as a data analyst, I can have a portfolio for data analytics jobs that I've done. I can have a separate portfolio for data science jobs that I've done. And if you understand the tech industry, in fact, the data industry as it were, as a whole, you have a financial data analyst. Okay, like I mentioned, I worked as a service fulfillment data analyst with MTN. In that job role, what we basically do is look at how services are being fulfilled with different customers, especially drilling down to their fiber networks. It's different from the role of a financial data analyst. You could be a data analyst in a logistic and supply chain industry. So your job functions will differ. If you have enough time, you can create different ones. If not, you can put everything together. But make sure that what you are putting out there has more quality than just quantity. So we said focus on a few high quality, impactful projects rather than a dozen half-finished ones. There are some that we've not finished. Maybe the beginning looks good. For example, I was working on one some weeks back. I have the ginger. Okay, let me use that word. I have the motivation to put it as part of my project in my portfolio, but it's not done yet. There's no point putting something that is half-baked in there. Why? Because you want to tell the best story of yourself at all times. Okay, so quality over quantity. Number 2, use visuals. So you will notice that virtually everything here has a visual. There's something that will drive you to want to click and read about it. There is something that drives you to always want to click on it and read. Visual, please. Very, very important. Okay, very, very important feature, something that we should look out for in a portfolio. Number 3, I says, highlight your process. And by the way, before I continue, if you look through the charts, there is a message that is being sent across by my colleague to fill in the attendance form for this session. The reason why you are filling the attendance for this session is simply because we want to be able to reach out to you. Number 1 is to send you the video recording for this session. While you're in this session and while I'm speaking, everything is being recorded. Number 2 is that this slide that I'm working on, okay, this slide I'm using for this presentation would also be shared and sent across to you. But the only way you can get access to it is by filling the attendance form, and then both the video recording for the session and the slide will be sent across to you. So please, while you are enjoying the session, while you are learning something, also make sure to fill in the form so that we can send across the necessary materials to you. Okay. Now, my point number 3 says highlight your process. Highlight your what? Your process. Let us see. Don't just show the final product. Okay? Don't just show the final product. Tell us something. Tell us something like what I have here. Just give us something about how you went about solving the problem. What did you do in the process? What were the steps you took? What were the problems you encounter? How did you approach them? What was the final outcome? You know, after applying different techniques in data analytics, business analysis, data science, there are different techniques to achieve the same thing. In fact, for example, as a data scientist, if you have written your code and you have, evaluated the model you created based on the performance, you want to look at, oh, what should I do? Feature engineering, hyperparameter tuning, and different other techniques that you want to look at. Is it oversampling you want to do? Checking for your optimal K values, different things to talk about. So while you have different techniques, make sure to highlight your procedures and processes. Then the last one for this part says to showcase diverse skills. So let me go back to mine again. Showcase diverse skills. Here, Alice in the Wonderland chatbot is different from price prediction app. It's different from price prediction app. It's different from customer dashboard. This is a Tableau project. It's different from lead conversion analysis, staff performance analysis, different skills, Nexus Health, supervised learning, machine learning project, supervised learning. Okay, look at this one, Shop Deck NG, EDA, exploratory data analysis with Python. Moreto financial performance dashboard, different skills. Different skills. So make sure that your portfolio is not one-way traffic. Excel everywhere, or Power BI, Power BI, Power BI, Power BI, Power BI. You have maybe 5 projects. Out of the 5 of them, they are all Power BI. Or all 5 of them, they are all Python, because you think Python is the in thing. Python is what's in vogue now. So you populate it with just that skill. Okay, so in as much as, Excel might seem very extinct, however, Excel is very, very dynamic. So you want to show them that you have a good command of all of these tools. You have a good command of the skills requisite to operate in all of these tools. Okay, and you know that if you have highlighted your processes, as we mentioned in the second or in the third stage, if you have highlighted your processes, it's also going to give an insight of your skill set. Oh, I used Power Query here. I was now able to achieve Power Pivot, and then pivot table, and then pivot this and that. Speak all the English. Oh, in this project, I wanted to create calculated columns or measures. I had to write some DAX function, to create different measures and all of that in order to solve a specific problem. Different things, guys. There are a lot of things to say to sell yourself out there. There are a lot of things. Don't box yourself up. So highlight your process and showcase diverse skills. Okay, now this is the part where we go into practical. Okay, this is the part where we go into practical. If you are ready for this session, just give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready for core practical session now. Enough of explanations. Okay, that's just one person. Okay, fantastic. I love what is coming in. I love what's coming in. Well done, guys. Well done, guys. Well done. Okay, so let me just go straight to my browser, a new browser entirely. Remember, the first thing that I said, what we want to learn is how to populate your portfolio. Okay, so I'll just fetch out a few things. I'll show you how to add it. So I'll probably do an edit here maybe just add something new here for us so that we can see the procedure. And by the way, what I used in designing this portfolio is Google Sites. Google Sites, all right? Google Sites. So just follow me as I walk you through the process. I'm going to a new browser entirely. Now, the first stage, the first step, we said is what? Prompt an AI tool and refine. Why? AI tools may not give you the best of everything. Okay, in fact, I went as far as writing a prompt here that you can make use of. Okay, writing a prompt here that you can make use of. So let's look at this. It says prompt an AI tool and refine. So we are going to open, let's make use of ChatGPT, but you can use Chat as an AI tool. You can use Claude AI, you can use Gemini, you can use DeepSeek. There are a lot of AI tools out there. So I'm just quickly going to, let's make use of ChatGPT because I want to create content. And you know, the essence of this is because I might have created the project. I might have worked on the project perfectly. However, you know that sometimes let's not be overly exaggerative. There are days when English will disappear from your head. How to explain yourself. It's not as if you don't know what to say, but how to say it becomes a problem. All right. So that's the essence for chats. That's the essence for AI to support you. Okay, to basically support you. So I'm starting a new I want to start a new conversation. I don't want to log in. Let me see. Try ChatGPT. Okay, so it's asking me to ask anything, right? I don't want to log in yet, okay? Because I want to bring it up from the perspective of first timer. That's why I don't want to log in, all right? First timer. So let's look at this together. What did we have? What do we have in our slide? Our slide says, I am a new data analyst with experience in Microsoft Excel, SQL, and Power BI. I want to build a portfolio to showcase my skills. Can you suggest 3 beginner-friendly project ideas that would be impressive to potential employers? For each idea, provide a brief description and key technologies I will use. So for the sake of this session, of course, I'm going to just copy this. Just copy this prompt. One good thing, okay, one thing that is a must for anybody that wants to use AI is the ability to write prompts. Okay, the ability to write prompts. Okay, so you should be able to write prompts that tells the AI engine what exactly you want. Let me just go through again and be sure that we're good with the instruction. Suggest the 3 for each idea. Okay, so let's see what comes up. Let's see what comes up here. That's a great move. Building, blah, blah, blah. 2 more stories. So you can see that. Do you get it now? Now, this guy has given me 3 project ideas. Let's imagine that, and I mean, very fantastic projects. You can see how diverse it is on its own. It's telling me that sales performance dashboard, create an interactive dashboard that tracks and analyzes a company's sales performance over time by region, product category, and sales representative. Tools and tech, SQL, Excel, Power BI. It tells us the problem that we are solving. Customer churn as well. And why is it bringing us back to SQL, Excel, Power BI? Because we told it in the beginning that our experience is in what? Microsoft Excel, SQL, and Power BI. So the guy is utilizing the information we give. However, there is still something that is a problem with this prompt here. Look at the third one as well, SQL, Excel, Power BI. You know, using a public data set, e.g. COVID-19, blah, 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 and the likes. Now, for the sake of populating our portfolio, okay, for the sake of populating our portfolio, I'm going to imagine that we have completed this project. Maybe I would use customer churn or sales. I think sales is like the easiest. All right. So let's use sales to work this evening. I would imagine that, in fact, to go further, okay, let's ask, could you please generate a total walkthrough of how I can complete the project? I just want to go further and say, please include a robust description. Oh, okay, description of the sales performance. Just watch what I'm doing. Sales performance dashboard, comma, giving a fictitious company name. Giving a fictitious company name. Enter. So it has given me a name. Sales performance dashboard for what? Nova Retail Inc. Gives me a description of the company. Gives me a project tool, step-by-step workflow, what I need to do, blah, 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 and all. Ladies and gentlemen, if I take that thing and when I'm populating my portfolio, I come and include all those English now that ChatGPT has generated for me. All I need to do is to refine it a bit, okay, make it personalized, make it fit into what I have done already and what I want to achieve. Just come and put all those grammar here. Once you put it in your portfolio, create a link like this so that anytime your user clicks the link, it takes them to where your project is. Okay, this is another project that was hosted on GitHub. All right, this is another project from my portfolio still, Trans-Savvy EDA, exploratory data analysis with what? With Python. Look at my short description here. This project is an exploratory data analysis of Trans-Savvy Automobile Incorporated, a fictional automobile company, blah, 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 blah. Now, when I came to the main part of the project where I want my users to go to read about the project, look at all the big grammar that I've spoken here. All the things that we have put there together, tools, insights, and everything about it. How to go to the project, connect with me, my future work, what I'm planning on doing, and all of these things. Over 60% of the things I wrote here were from an AI tool that I now refined. Over 60% of what I've done here. However, I did the work myself. So maybe I should just click to show you what it looks like because it's a Python code. It's a Python code. So this is just a quick preview, right? A quick preview. Look at that. Exploratory data analysis with Python, a case study of, so the same word, the same thing that we have here as project description. The same thing that I have here as my project description, just copy it. You can replicate it and use it over and over and again. Step 1, import. Remember highlighting all your steps. Step 2, like that. You keep doing everything like that, one after the other. Step 3, mention everything that you have done as you proceed in the course of solving that particular problem. Step 4, data cleaning. You keep up at it. Filling up missing values is still part of data cleaning. Step 5, univariate analysis. All of these things. So the point at the end of the day is that AI tool is there to support you. Don't let anybody fool you into thinking, oh, AI is here to take your job. It's actually here to support. Now, let's go back to our project. let's go back to our project. Remember that we mentioned we want to populate our portfolio, right? We want to what? Populate our portfolio. Now that our AI guy, okay, Professor GPT, like I used to call it, now that Professor GPT has given me an overview of my problem, okay, the next thing, remember we also mentioned visualizing. Now, how do we go from just having only text to what? Adding visuals. So you will see all the amazing visuals that I have here. It's a sales performance dashboard for Novatech. There are different things that I usually do. Okay, there are different techniques, different things that I apply. Here, I'll just quickly go to what should I which should I use? Let me use unsplash.com. Unsplash.com. Okay, here we will get different images, okay, about different things, different images that explains different things. So I could just put, let's say, sales. So you can see this image. I can download this one and apply it. Okay, I can download this guy here and apply. I can download this one as well. It makes sense and apply it. This one also makes sense. I can download this guy and apply. So this is how you choose premium images. This is also another very nice image that I can use. Okay, this is also another image here that, in fact, I think I'm going to make use of this one. Let's see if it's free of charge, because there are some of them that are usually paid. So I'll just click on download and see if it's easy to download. Are you following me, guys? Okay, so that is done, has been downloaded. Are you following me? Am I moving too slow or too fast? All right, so now that that has been downloaded, I want to bring it to, let me just show you what I have here. This is it here, Jason Goodman and the likes. Right, so I want to make use of that guy, Jason Goodman. Where am I applying it? To my portfolio. Okay, so let me just go to the edit page. Remember I said I used Google site to build this, Google site. So now I'm on the edit page. I want to add something to my portfolio. I want to add something to my portfolio. Now, the first thing is what? I have access to add my image here, right? I can add my image here. So I click on image and then either upload or select image. Okay, so let me use select image. Let me see what's going to come up. Else we'll use upload. Okay, so this one is taking me to my drive, Google Drive, and I don't have the image saved in Google Drive. So we'll go to upload. So I click the plus sign again, click the plus sign, come to upload. Let's wait for that to come up. I believe that's like a network challenge. Okay, something is coming up. Then I can go to downloads, of course, because the file was saved in downloads. Jason Goodman, that's it. And I click open. Simple. So I have my image already, right? Remember, we need to have a title for our project. So our chat, Professor GPT, has already given us a title. It says project title, Sales Performance Dashboard for Nova Retail Inc. No need for too much stories and thinking. All right, no need for too much stories. Copy, Control C, go back to portfolio page and paste. Right, Control V. just to make sure that the size fits exactly what I have here. Just I confirm it is 11. So I come back here again, highlight this guy so that there's uniformity in my design. I put my 11 there. That's that. I already have the first part. Now, remember, always say things or talk about what you have done. So you notice a short description of my project here. So that's the next thing I'm going to be doing in this next space. Okay, so I'm going back to Professor GPT again, and then it's giving me my overview. So I'll just copy from here, Control C again, go back to my portfolio and Control V. Nobody will know that you copied. Okay, so I could just say, let me just add this one. Click here for more details. Now, where I have click here for more details, the essence is so that people can see that they can click on it, that you take them to the next part. Okay. Let me see if there is something that we can quickly attach. Do I have something that we can quickly attach, like a link? Okay, I'm just going to insert a dummy link. Okay, I'm going to insert a dummy link that will take us to, let me see a link that I can use here. Which link can I use here? Maybe I should use this same link. Okay, I'll just copy this link. Okay, yeah, this is what I'm going to do because we're absolute beginners. So I think I'll use Medium. Let me use Medium. Let me use Medium quickly. We're almost done. Can I remember my login? I'm not sure I can. Let me use this. Okay, so now that I'm here, I will just quickly come to write at the top here, where I have what? Where I have write. I want to write a new story. Then there's a reason why I'm doing this. I want to write a new story. So title, tell your story. Professor GPT has already done everything for me. All right. Where am I starting from? Project title. So I'm copying from project title. That didn't work out. Okay, Control C. There's a reason why there's something I want to achieve. So let's put that in our title, Control V directly, then tell your story. So I'll just put maybe just this first part. No, that's too much. No, where am I? Oh, I've gone way up. Okay, so this part is okay for me. Please just follow me. Control C. So let's imagine that I've written everything here. Control V, like that. Of course, I need to make some edits, remove the unnecessary and the likes. I believe you know what to do. Okay, I believe you know what to do. So let's just try and add something. Click on the plus sign. Let's add our image. Add an image. Add an image. So Mr. Jason Goodman again. So I have my image. If at any point I have worked on a dashboard, maybe a Tableau dashboard, a Power BI dashboard, an Excel dashboard, and I want to include it here, the same procedure, right? Just click on it, add an image, add the dashboard with all your explanations. Now, this is the hard part for me. It's not like it's a difficult process, but for me to be able to generate a link that I will put in my portfolio, I need to publish it. So this thing is going to be part of my, sadly. So this is it here, right? It has been published. So now I'll just click on it. Okay, it says publish and send now. Well, I don't want to notify my subscribers so that they don't read an incomplete project. Once I click on that, it loads for a while. Good. Now it's saying publishing story. You see this link that it has given to me at the top here. This link, this is what I'm going to attach to my portfolio, right? This link is what I'm going to attach to my portfolio. So I just copy this link this way, Control C, right? Then I go back to my portfolio where I need to populate. Remember, I've already said, click here for more details. I've already said, click here for more details. So I highlight that part. Then the link after highlighting, this icon here for, it says insert link. That's what I'm clicking on, that icon. So once I click on that icon to insert link, it's taking a bit of time, most likely a network challenge. So let's just hold on for that to come up. Let me see, I should probably try that again if it didn't come up. Okay. Insert link. Okay, good. Let's just put the link here. Okay, directly Control V, paste, and then apply. So you see that there is now an underline here, which means the link has worked. Now, the same thing applies here. In case I just want my user to be able to click on any part to go to my project, Control V, the same link again, and then I apply. Okay, so I've added links, but here I won't be able to check because I'm in the edit page. So if I want to confirm that what we've done is right, I would also publish here as well. Publish it. Once I'm done publishing, let me just click on publish at once so that it does the work for me immediately and we save our time. So now that it has been published, I believe it has been published, I should be able to now click on any part and it will take me to the project we just created here. It has not published yet. Okay, it says there are no, okay. All right, let me just go to the home page then, to the main view published site. Let's view our published site. Okay, so we're almost there. Fantastic. So you can see now that it has the finger that tells you that it's a link. Once I click on this link, it's taking me directly to Medium. It's taking me directly to Medium where I have written all the story about the project. Okay, it's taking me directly to Medium where I've written all the stories about my project. So let's quickly go over what we said again so that we don't lose track of our thought process here. In fact, I've done everything I wanted to show you. The previous slide says what to look for in a project. Number one, in a portfolio rather, quality over quantity. Number two, the use of visuals. We've also practicalized that. Highlight your process. We have practicalized that. And showcase diverse skills, which we have also mentioned. Then the first step is towards brainstorming and planning with AI. We have practicalized this. Then craft a project description. We have also practicalized this. Okay, write a detailed project description give the name of the project that you have created, make it compelling and professional. This is another prompt that you can try out, okay, when trying to generate project description. Then the final thing is what? Add a new page. We just did that as well. Add project content, which we just did as well. Then the link, okay, then creating a link, okay, creating a link, which we just practicalized as well. So if you have learned anything to this point, because we still have a number of things to touch up on, If you have learned anything to this point, kindly give me a thumbs up, maybe the flowers, thumbs up, or a clap or something, just to be sure that you have learned. Okay, okay, I can see it coming in. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, thank you. Okay, maybe we should take 1 second to ask questions if you have questions, so that maybe 1 or 2 questions, and then I'll move to the next phase. 1 or 2 questions if you have, then I'll move to the next phase. Okay, in the absence of any question, remember, like I said before, make sure to fill in the attendance form. The session is recorded, and the intention is to send you the video recording, okay, and also my slide, and also the slide that I have used for this session. So if you want to have, I want to confirm if it's same procedure you got the first page. I'm not sure I understand that question. But yeah, so as not to lose my line of thought, please make sure to fill in the attendance form. That way you are able to get the video, complete video for the session that has been recorded, and also you'll get the slide for the session. Okay, while I can still take 1 more question, I want to believe your question is, I'm talking about, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, so I would not do that. I want to confirm if it's same procedure you got the first page. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure what that is. If you could be more explicit, then I would be able to attempt your question. But I'm not sure what the first page is, you know, and the likes. Now, let me move to the next part of my slide. The next part is what? Next steps. What is the next step for you? What should be your next step from here? I've just showcased how you can, the word coming to my mind, right, is how you can connive with AI. But connive is not the actual word, right? How you can actually make use of AI to support and boost your portfolio. However, this is not the only thing that becoming a tech professional is all about. There are a lot of things. If you remember, we said when we were writing our prompt, we mentioned experience in Microsoft Excel, Power BI, and SQL. We mentioned that when we were writing our prompts, okay, Microsoft Excel, SQL, and Power BI. These are tools that you use in achieving, because I mean, we've not done the project itself. We just created a part of our portfolio. What about actualizing the project itself? So the question will be, how will you learn Microsoft Excel? How will you learn SQL? How will you learn Power BI? How will you learn Tableau? For data scientists, how would you learn Python to make sure that you are able to complete a project that you can showcase to future employers and position yourself as a solution to the problems that organizations are trying to solve? Why? Because there are always problems to solve. So my recommendation, my piece of advice to you, the same way I have been able to explicitly explain and walk you through this process, trust me, I can also walk you through the total procedures for learning these tools in their depth to an advanced level. Microsoft Excel, Python, you know, Tableau, Power BI, SQL, name them. For business analysts, we're looking at process mapping, we're looking at, you know, business development and every other thing that is involved in the business analysis procedures. If I can do this in the space of 1 hour, imagine what I will be able to achieve with you in 3 months. That tells you that in the next 3 months, you are going to be coming out as a top professional, as a top tech professional. Okay, so my advice to you, like I said, will be to join Nabiant Analytics to learn, develop your skills, and build real world projects as a data professional. All right. If you have followed me up to this point, you would agree with me that we have had a very, very educative and informative session so far. Now, the next question I think I just want to answer before the question comes up would be, oh, now that I'm interested in building a career as a data professional, now that you have given me something that looks like a taster, and I'm interested in moving further, I want to learn these actual skills. I want to be able to build real world projects. What do I need to do? Well, my next slide answers every of your question. The phone number to reach out to Nabiat Analytics website and our email should in case you want to send a mail for inquiries. Now, the fee or the price is actually 250,000 naira to learn everything that you have learned today, okay, and much more. Let me just tell you once and for all, what we've just practicalized, we are still going to have a session. If you come on board as a student, we have a session where we run through everything from TOP, okay? We have a session where we run through everything from the beginning. We have materials to revamp your CV. We have materials to optimize your LinkedIn account. Then you're also going to have, classes with video recordings that are available for you to watch in Microsoft Excel, Power BI, Tableau, SQL, and the likes. There is also another session that you can join for clarity, should in case you still have more questions to answer. However, if you are willing to get into class to get started in your journey as a tech professional, trust me, you can do that for as low as 30K right here and right now. How do I mean, and what am I trying to say in essence? What I'm trying to say in essence is the fact that classes will be starting on the 6th of September. And trust me, our slots are getting filled up quick and fast. Therefore, if you make a commitment of 30K, we book a slot down for you to be ready to get into that session on the 6th of September, where you have full access to all the class materials, all the class recording, and live one-to-one session with your facilitator. All right, but you need to at least make a commitment and book down your slot. Then we can always discuss about further payments. You can do that with as low as 30K on the call today. So if this is something that interests you, you want to quickly take a screenshot of what I have on my screen right now, the phone number, the email, and the website as well, so that you can reach out as soon as possible and book your slot to start in your journey. Trust me, in the next 3 months, you will look back and say you have made the best investment of your life this year. Okay, you have made the best investment. Trust me. So if you're also willing to jump on it right here and right now, you can give me a thumbs up. Okay, and if you want to reach out to us later via the phone number and the email that we have on the screen, you can also do the same. Give me a thumbs up and let's know how the next step that we can take, to help you in getting started with the program. If you also have questions, I am right here and we can answer those questions right here and right now. So the floor is open to you. The floor is open to you. If you want to book in a session for as low as 30K, or you want to reach out with a number, and the likes, everything is very much ready for you to jump in right here and right now, guys. Questions. You can unmute your mic if you want to speak to me directly right here, and then we can just have a short conversation and see how we can help you proceed with your learning process. Any question? Anyone saying something to me? For those that joined earlier, a testimonial video was being played of one of our students, that joined a training from outside Nigeria, albeit in Africa as well. And the testimony that she had to share of her experience during the training, and also how she was able to land a job after the training. Okay, so far, for those that are just joining, we've been able to look at creating a portfolio. Okay, any question at all, please? Any question about the academy, question about what we have learned today, question about tech, data analytics, data science, business analysis? I have like the next 5 minutes to attend to all those questions, and then also see how we can, help you get registered into the academy. So if you have any question at all, please feel free to ask. Yes, guys, I'm still here. 5 minutes counting down. Okay, King says, do I have to know maths to do data analysis? Absolutely not. Okay, and I'm telling you, and I'm answering this question from my heart of hearts. Mathematics is not a prerequisite. Okay, there are lots of people, in fact, that did not study mathematics, has no knowledge of mathematics, and they're doing well. So let me just quickly share this, which is outside what I intended to share, but based on this question, I will share. So let me quickly pull up something. I'll just pull up something here. Maybe I'll go back to my portfolio again. Which should I use? Okay. So, look at what I have here. Let me use this. Look at what I have here. As a data analyst, this is your end product. After carrying out your analytics processes, this is what you are coming out with. And trust me, there is no need for mathematics here. Your data helps you in the calculation that you are going to carry out. Okay, Microsoft Excel, because this project was done with Microsoft Excel, right? Power BI, Tableau, and the likes, they have, they are visual interfaces that enables you to do whatever you want to do. What matters as a data analyst, as a business analyst, as a data scientist, is your analytical processes, your analytical thinking, the ability to think of a problem. There's an organization. Your friend told you you have to know statistics. So listen to my explanation here. Okay. There is an organization. They want to analyze their data. What are the things you are looking out for in trying to help the organization analyze the data? I want to know, what's the total revenue? I'm curious. That's one thing about data analytics, curiosity. Trust me, there are a lot of people with mathematics and statistics skills. Without proper analytical thinking, you won't be able to do anything. Right? Okay, questions are rolling in. Okay, I think I'll just dwell on these 2 questions, and then we will wrap up for the evening. Now, look at the fact that with the knowledge that I have, my analytical skills, I'm able to answer questions. That's your primary function. The ability to help the organization answer questions. What is our total sales? What is our total revenue? What is our total profit? What's the total number of transactions that we have carried out? Now that I have known this, we can further break it down again to say, okay, this 871,000, how did we achieve this value? Oh, let's look at our sales by marital status. The divorced people, we were able to sell 218,000 to them. The married people are the highest revenue customers that we have, of 224,000, followed by 219, the widowed, and then the single people are the least patronizing customers that we have. You want to help this organization to answer questions further, to say, okay, now that we know that the married people, they have the highest revenue, what do you think they are buying? We now go to product category and see that they've been buying more of toys, which means the married people have children that they are probably buying toys for, or maybe when there's a birthday party, they buy in bulk. So toys have the highest value here. If you want to explain to the organization further, you are telling them that, oh, okay, I think we should meet the needs of these people more because they have the highest revenue. And in trying to meet their needs, let us make sure that we have more of toys in our store at all times. So whether you have statistics or mathematics or further maths or industrial anything, analytical thinking is much more important. How you interpret data to present a solution to the organization. What an organization needs is solution, not statistics. Okay, so you should rely more on your ability to think, your ability to interpret data, your ability to be, to have a problem-solving approach much more than statistics and all of that. And guess what? Right here in Nebient Analytics, the level of maths and statistics that you will need would also be taught in class. Okay, so I believe I've been able to answer your question there. Now, to the following question, the follow-up question that I have there, Fares, okay, says, with AI increasingly automating parts of analytics, what unique skills should a human analyst develop in 2025 to stay indispensable? Very fantastic question. So let me now ask you this very simple question. Do you think, based on the interpretation I gave of this data, AI would do a better interpretation than the human being? Fares, you could just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I think I would understand if you do that. Do you think AI will be able to do a better interpretation and present it to people, to actual stakeholders, the owner of the organization, than you, who is the analyst? Everybody is open to answering the question. You can just give me a thumbs up or thumbs down or something. So if AI cannot do this, the job of AI, like we have displayed in creating our portfolio, is a tool for you to be much more effective. It's not as if the AI is going to do the job. You will do the job. In fact, remember, before AI was able to write all of this grammar, first of all, the first thing was that we were the ones that wrote the prompt. The prompt determines the response. So when I give AI data, for example, whatever I want to achieve is what I tell AI, then AI assists me in achieving it. But initially, the main idea, the main analyst is me, not the AI. AI is just a support system. So if you can build analytical skills, if you can build critical thinking skills, questioning skills, trust me, you are going to do fantastically well as a data analyst. Okay, I hope I've been able to answer that question now. Okay, so I think at this point, I'm also going to reiterate two things. Number one is to make sure before you leave the call, you fill the form, the attendance form. Like I said initially, it helps us to reach out to you in sending a copy of the material. In this case, the slide I've made use of, and also a recording of the session. Okay, that's what filling that attendance form helps you to do. If you don't fill it, sorry, you would not have access to the video and to the slide. Secondly, you can always reach out to the numbers in the charts. You can check the charts. There are numbers there that you can reach out to make sure that you get started, and we walk you through the process of enrolling and being a part of the Nebient Analytics program, either as a business analyst, a data analyst, or a data scientist. If you have enjoyed this session so far to this point, give me a thumbs up, a clap, share your flowers, anything that you can, any of your favorite emojis. Just give me a reaction to be sure that you have learned something in tonight's session. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, fantastic. Guys, we need more. All right. Thank you very much, Isaiah. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. So this is the point where I will be calling it an evening with you all. Please don't forget to make sure you fill the attendance so that you have access to the video and the class material. We'll be looking forward to speaking with you. We'll be looking forward to enrolling you into the data program at Nibiant Analytics. Should, in case you still have questions to ask, we have a one-on-one clarity session where you can come in and also ask further questions whatsoever that you have on any misconception, as a data professional. I look forward to doing big things with you guys. Thank you very much for an amazing session. Enjoy the rest of your evening. That will be all from me. Bye for now.